welcome, seriously welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. You know what, I am so pleased that you've come to this channel. I'm honoured and I'm grateful. You know, for every single thumbs up, I think, wow, okay, really appreciate that. For every subscription, I'm so pleased. So thank you very much. Right, there's a few things that I haven't got. First thing I haven't got is a script. Second thing I haven't got is an idea, a clue how to edit videos and put nice fancy things on the videos. I'm sorry, I haven't got a clue how to do that. And the third thing I haven't got is any hair. Right, now, if you are prepared to put up with those few things that I haven't got, let me tell you some things that I have got. I've got a nose which over the years has picked up on lots of fragrances and will tell you all about the different notes and how they're going to perform and that sort of thing. Secondly, I've got a massive collection of fragrances. Thirdly, I've got a pretty good sense of humour. And fourthly, I've got an honest heart and I will tell you about these fragrances in an open, honest way. So hopefully you'll be able to make choices and decisions based on my thoughts. So, much appreciate you coming to this channel. If you've been here before, you noticed that maybe a month and a half ago, I reviewed YSL EDT, which Simon, respect to Simon, kindly lent me. And I had it for the weekend. When I first sprayed it on, if I remember, I was thinking, oh, it's just another sort of blue fragrance, it's just another fairly generic fragrance. But you know what, as the day developed, as it sort of did its thing, it came off the skin. I was absolutely wowed by the fragrance. And it went from it's an okay to a, I'd like a bottle of this, please. So I very reluctantly gave it back to him. And I thought, Leggy, you need to go shopping, because that was a fragrance which you kind of really need in your collection. When I started to go shopping, I went online and I found out that in the YSL Y range, there's probably about 3 or 4 different, what they call flankers, versions of the original. You've got the EDT, you've got one called Le Parfum, you've got one called Fresh, you've got one called Live, and I stumbled across one which is called Eau de Parfum. YSL Y EDP. And you know what, I thought, come on, look, it's got to be your version, because it's supposed to be deeper, richer, longer lasting, better projecting. It's just supposed to be the best of the lot, if you like. So I thought, right, how much is it? So for 100 ml was around about £75–76. But I noticed that there was also an option for a 200 ml for about £89. And I thought, it's kind of like a no-brainer. All that extra 100 ml for not much more in terms of money. I knew I was going to like the scent because it was what I'd smelt before, but deeper, richer, better, and all that sort of stuff. So I ordered the 200 ml. And here she is. So it's YSL Y, and it's the, get it right, Eau de Parfum 200 ml. Okay, so it's the dark blue bottle, because you know then it's the EDP. So let's get this the right way around for you. There you go. It's Y by Yves Saint Laurent, or YSL as we know. Let's have a cheeky spray and let's talk you through the EDP. If I had to rate this as a scent, I would say it's a 9.5 out of 10. It's a near perfect scent for me. I love it. You've got that beautiful mixture of sweet, sticky at the top. You've got a little bit of floral in the middle, and then you've got your woods at the bottom. It is blended to perfection. It's versatile, it's universally loved, and let me tell you about some of the notes so you can picture what you're going to get from YSL Y EDP. What makes it sweet and sticky, if you like, at the top is a beautiful apple note mixed with ginger, mixed with bergamot. That gives it the fresh but sweetness to it. And if you're worried that that's kind of too sweet, trust me, it's a very, very manly scent. It's not unisex at all. In the middle, you've got a few sort of fruity berry notes. And then you've got that, what I class as a manly floral, geranium. You know what? There's nothing delicate or feminine about a geranium. A geranium is like, whoa, that's strong and pungent. Okay, that's in the middle of this. And then at the bottom, you've got the nice bed of amber wood and a bit of cedar wood. And I almost, and I don't know if this is a real note in here, but I almost detect like a resinous note to it. Okay. It is an absolute belter. So I thought, okay, for me, my nose, it's got elements of Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. It's also got elements of Dior Sauvage, but I would say it's closer, if any, to either of those, to Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. So I did a bit of research. I asked lots of people. I had them in the little Travelo decant, so they couldn't tell which is which, and I sprayed it on them. And you know what? Okay, the overall winner was Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum as an overall, which one would you choose? But the weird thing is, it was ridiculously close. I mean, Eau de Parfum, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum won by like 2 votes. This one, for me, okay, in my book, it's not quite as good as Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, but it's different enough to have both because it's got the sweet stickiness over the top. Now, I said this with the EDT. In my nose, it's like freshly cooked donuts with just a ton of sugar on them. It's almost got like a doughy note on the top, which sort of sets it apart from the other blue fragrances, of which there are literally loads on the market at the moment. But there's a slight twist to this, because whilst it's a phenomenal scent, as I wore it, and I wore it for sort of 2 weeks solid, sort of analysing, what if anyone was going to comment on it, or what people thought about it, or what I thought about it, and how long it lasted, I was kind of a little bit disappointed on the performance, because I thought the EDT wowed me, because all day along I was getting whiffs of it. This stuff, after a couple of hours of pretty good sort of a scent bubble round you, it goes. It's still there as a skin scent, but it kind of goes in terms of, I was expecting the Eau de Parfum deeper, richer, better, stronger, was going to be way longer than the EDT, but it wasn't. So I thought, okay, let's just drop online and see what other people are experiencing with the EDP. Are they saying it's as strong as it should be, the EDP? And you know what? The ridiculous thing is, I came across a couple of people who were commenting on it, and they said that yes, they'd had the 100ml and it was wow strong. Then they bought the 200ml because it was better value, but the 200ml does not perform like the 100ml or the 50ml. And it wasn't just one person that said that. There was several people who were saying the same. So if that is the case, that YSL, when you buy the 200ml, it's sort of somehow weakened in some way, maybe watered down slightly, then shame on them, because what they're doing is they're shooting themselves in the foot. I wouldn't buy another 200ml. In fact, if I'd only ever bought the 200ml to start off with, I'd go, it's all right, but it doesn't really perform. So if that is the case, and I hope it isn't, that they've watered it down when you buy the 200ml because you're getting a better value, then I'm a bit disappointed with the performance. In terms of the scent, man, it's a wow scent. And right from teenager right to an old guy could wear this. And it probably sort of leans a little bit towards the colder weather, but I reckon you could get away with it like in a summer evening when it's going to look, maybe not the heat of the day. So I've got mixed feelings about this one. In terms of the scent, unbelievable. In terms of the performance, certainly from my 200ml bottle, it is a bit disappointing. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I would actually. But I would say avoid the 200ml bottle, either buy the 50ml or the 100ml. Now, I always say buy the biggest quantity you can because it's always better value. But in this case, maybe it isn't, if my experience and experiences of other people online is the case. So Thank you for listening to this review. I'm sorry it's gone on quite so long, but I did have a lot to tell you about this fragrance. Yes, go and buy it, but don't buy the 200ml. It is an unbelievable scent. It's a lovable scent, it's an inviting scent, it's a warm scent. Males love it, females love it. You know what, you cannot go wrong with YSL EDP. Okay, thank you for coming to this channel. If you would thumbs up, if you would subscribe, I'd be honoured and grateful. So take care, stay safe, spray fragrance every day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.